The snow has finally let go of its grasp around these parts, and I finally get to see the sun once in a while again. It's March, ladies and gentlemen. Time for a channel update. This one is going to be a little bit different than most of my update. It may not be as much about news about the channel as about the wider environment that the channel exists in, because there are really some pretty worrying things afoot. I try not to get too political on this channel, but in the current environment there is just no avoiding it, because right now, politics affect me and the channel very directly. But let's start with YouTube, because it seems like we're heading into another adpocalypse. The third one, if I haven't lost count. What happened this time was that someone discovered that not only are there a whole lot of videos with young kids in very questionable contexts on YouTube, and not only do the recommendation algorithms push you very heavily towards exactly those videos in the recommended feeds, but also do those videos act as a gathering place for some rather nasty people in the comment sections. Before we get into what's going on right now, let's dissect the situation a bit. We have some problems going on here. Problem number one, YouTube's algorithms have failed to identify and remove these videos. Problem number two, YouTube's algorithms have failed to identify and remove the comments. And problem number three, YouTube's algorithms promote these videos over other content. Do you notice a thing in common with all of these problems? So anyway, the guy makes a big fuss about these videos being monetized, tags a bunch of advertisers on Twitter, and the likes of McDonald's and Disney start getting wind of negative PR, so they pull their ads off of YouTube. And what's YouTube's response to this? More algorithms. They dial their algorithms up to 11. The same algorithms that failed to identify the videos and comments in the first place, indeed the same algorithms that promoted these videos instead of taking them down. The same algorithms that failed to identify when outright hardcore pornography is not only uploaded to the site but also used as paid ads to show some poor unsuspecting gamer trying to watch a highlight reel. The same algorithms, whose best attempt at identifying child pornography was to ban Pokemon channels because they included CP in their video titles, as if it was unthinkable for the letters C and P to ever mean anything other than child and porn. Make sure you don't fall off your chairs now, because let me blow your damn minds. Combat points. The same algorithms that demonetized the very same video that the YouTube's official Twitter account had highlighted as a great video. Those algorithms are now what's supposed to somehow fix the problem, all while advertisers are pulling out of this mess. By, listen to this, applying demonetization not only because of video content but also because of comments. Which means that all creators like me get to deal with not only lower ad rates, but also even more random demonetizations by frenzied algorithms, and the risk that someone can now sabotage your channel by just getting enough nasty comments posted. It's already very clear that they don't care about or even look at most reports or complaints. It's less than a year since I had this channel terrorized by an asshole who stole my content for simply claiming that content as mine. The guy even admitted in writing on his channel that he was lying to YouTube and abusing their system. A written damn admission of guilt. Did YouTube care? Nah. Didn't even care enough to reply to my reports or inquiries. Now, of course, the obvious thing here would be to have an actual human being involved in the process, but that's apparently out of the question. Which is really interesting, because it means what YouTube is really saying here is that its algorithms are so bad at determining what should get banned that it would be too expensive to have human beings look at the output of those algorithms before putting it into effect. So now we're in the wonderful situation of a site that regularly lets through actual harassment, but banning random channels for using a certain acronym that for the day happened to get a trigger-happy algorithm all fired up. And we already know that they didn't care a single bit when my channel was actually harassed and my comments mass spammed. So now you're telling me that you're allowing these assholes to get my videos demonetized too? And the other side of the coin is equally interesting, the very reason for all of this in the first place, and nobody's talking about it for some reason. This thing where advertisers pull their ads because they don't want to be associated with whatever the video content was that was bad for the moment. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Now I've had YouTube Premium for a while, so I haven't seen the ads. But back when I did, I got the same damn online casino ads and whatever before every damn video. You've seen that ugly grinning face with a lottery ticket so many times you want to punch him. But hey, let's watch it one more time. The idea that you would associate an ad with the video it plays before is just entirely absurd. The only thing I'd associate the ads with is YouTube itself. The connection is entirely outrageous, just like the very first Adpocalypse triggered by PewDiePie. So, what you're telling me is that when I watch a McDonald's ad before a 30-minute PewDiePie video, and then 25 minutes later in the video he uses the N-word, that I'll negatively associate that event with McDonald's. That's preposterous, what's wrong with you? And yet these ad apocalypses keep happening, and since YouTube is all algorithms, creators get to deal with more and more algorithmic mayhem, with people being banned for simply using 2 letters in combination in the video title. Banned. Not warned, not contacted, just banned, on the spot. And larger channels can fight this by just drumming up enough public outroar. But small ones are just out of luck. Spent countless hours every day for 4 years building up your channel? Too bad, your acronym triggered our algorithm. Now I would guess that I could fight it if it did happen to me. If nothing else because my work would get me some extra attention. But I'm not sure how much energy I would have left for this. I really understand why gaming creators keep moving over to Twitch. For my own part, I really like edited videos as a format. I think they produce something of lasting value in a way that a stream just doesn't. But the reward per time spent on Twitch is noticeably higher than on YouTube. And to be honest, for me, this channel is growing very slowly. Slowly enough that spending 4 hours or even sometimes like 8 hours making a news video that ends up making me less than $3 in revenue is starting to feel a little bit silly. And if that wasn't bad enough, it's about to get worse. Much, much worse. See, the algorithms that YouTube applies to filter and demonetize videos are exactly the same type of filters that are just one vote away from being mandated as law for everything, everywhere, on the internet by the European Union. And if that wasn't bad enough, the same copyright directive will introduce a tax for simply linking to a site. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, you name it, it's hard to see how any of these sites could keep operating anywhere near the way they do now. Most likely the end result will be that only the large media corporations are allowed to keep producing online content. There's just no place for a channel like mine in the kind of online world that results from this law passing. So if the YouTube filter algorithm hell wasn't enough to make me shut down this channel, I may have no choice left if that happens. So all hope is lost then? Not quite. There's been an incredible movement to stop this directive from becoming law since the very beginning, but this far it has failed. Now all that remains is one single vote in the European Parliament, which is scary because this parliament has already voted for this garbage once. But it also presents an opportunity, because these very seats of the European Parliament come up for elections in just a few months too. So, I'm going to ask each and every one of you who are watching this for a favor. Not just for me, or because you like this channel, but for all the creators you follow, because trust me, each and every one of them would get affected or might even disappear because of this. What I'm asking you is to seek out and put pressure on the politicians from your country. If you're old enough to vote, let them know that you will not vote for someone who broke the internet. If you're not old enough to vote, talk to your parents, talk to everybody you know who is old enough to vote. Inform them about this, ask them to find out more, ask them to put pressure on your politicians. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your schoolmates, talk to your colleagues. If this message doesn't reach enough people, or can't create enough pressure on politicians, many people may not find out just how badly the internet has been broken until it is too late. I know it's not the easiest thing to bring up just like that, I realize that, but I implore you to try your best. And even if you're not in the European Union, please reach out to anyone you know who is and ask them to speak up. So many people have already reacted online that our politicians got fooled into thinking we're all bots in some conspiracy arranged by Google and Facebook and the likes. So later this month, it's looking like there are going to be Europe-wide protests arranged, and I implore you to drag your entire families with you and show up to those protests. We are not bots, and we will not let them destroy our internet. This is not a joke, this is not an exaggeration, and I wouldn't be saying this if I wasn't serious. They're trying to take away the internet we all love and turn it into another cable TV-like thing where only massive corporations can keep harvesting money out of you and me and everyone else without any competition from up-and-coming new things like my channel. If you don't show up this time, there may be no next time. I'll link more information in the video description and more creators speaking up about this as cards on the video, but if you need just one single link to remember when talking to people, saveyourinternet.eu. I'm sorry for the somber tone of this channel update. This is really the 11th hour, and we all need to stand up and save the internet. I do appreciate the community around this channel far too much to let ignorant politicians run it without a fight. Please join me in that fight. This is slicedlime, signing off.